The next technique is the knife hand strike. Knife hand strike chambers, open hand, palm facing away from me to the side. In a pushing motion, I push forward, palm out, palm out, palm out, snap it over. My palm is flat, striking with the pinky edge of my hand. Wrist is bent, elbow is bent. Chamber, knife, flat palm, wrist is bent, elbows bent. The knife hand strike. The next technique is the reverse knife hand strike. Reverse knife hand strike chambers with an open palm to the opposite ear, approximately a fist distance away from my ear. In a pushing motion, I push straight out, straight out, straight out, snap my hand over, striking with the outside portion of my hand. My hand and forearm are flat, slight bend in my elbow. Reverse knife hand strike. Next technique is the palm strike. Palm strike starts from my hip. My hand opens up, my fingers slightly curled. I push straight out, turning my hand over, striking with the palm of my hand. Fingers slightly bent. Elbow slightly bent. Palm strike. The next technique is the back fist. The back fist chambers with a closed fist to my opposite ear, approximately a fist distance away from my head. As I start my back fist, I pivot my elbow, which is pointed at my target. I come straight out, keeping a slight bend in my elbow, striking with the back side of the first two knuckles of my fist. The back fist. The next technique is the ridge hand. The ridge hand starts at my hip. My hand opens up, my fingers together, my thumb tucked into my palm. The strike comes straight out, straight out, straight out. My hand turns over, snaps across, just past center, striking with the finger edge of my hand. Elbow slightly bent. The ridge hand. The next technique is the spear hand. The spear hand starts at my hip. My palm opens up, my fingers tight together. My thumb tucked tight to the side. The strike comes straight out, straight out, straight out, and turns. So my palm and hand is facing up and down. Thumb on the top, striking with the tips of my fingers. Arm slightly bent. Remember, spear hand only strikes soft targets. The spear hand. The next technique is the hammer fist. The hammer fist starts with a closed fist, chambering at the same side of my head, approximately one fist distance away. My elbow points at my target. Pivoting from my elbow, my hand comes straight down, keeping a slight bend in my elbow, striking with the bottom side, the pinky side of my fist. The hammer fist. The next techniques are the jab cross. Starting from a guard stance, my hands are up by my face. My elbows are tucked in. I'm peering over the tops of my hands. The jab is always your lead hand, the hand that's in front. My jab goes straight out. As it pushes straight out, I slightly pivot on my front foot, turning my hand over, striking with the two biggest knuckles of your fist, pulling the jab straight back, repivot my front foot, the cross. Cross comes from the rear, comes straight out. As my hand comes straight out, I pivot my hips and my back foot. It comes straight out, again, striking with the two biggest knuckles of my hand. As it comes straight back, I repivot my hips and my foot into a good guard stance, the jab cross.